Good morning, students. In the previous class, we were discussing about algorithms and flowchart, and we come across some problem statements, how to write algorithm and how to write a flowchart. Let us see some more examples on that. Write an algorithm and flowchart to calculate simple interest. Now, so what are the requirements? This is a problem statement. We have to calculate simple interest. So formula is PTR by 100, principal amount, time and rate of interest. User has to give principal amount, time and rate of interest. Then program has to calculate simple interest and it has to display. Here what is the procedure? So we have to input 3 inputs and calculation part, then it has to print the result. Here inputs are which type? Principal amount. It may be 1000, 10,000, 50,000, lakh, together like that. Then time, duration, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, like that. And rate of interest, it may be decimal number, 7.6, 9.2, like that. So in this algorithm, first we shall write how many inputs we have to give and what is the calculation part, what is the result that has to display. Let us start. Step 1, start. Step 2, input. In the algorithm, we won't mention the type of the data, means whether it is a decimal number, whether it is a integer number, so we won't write that. Just we'll give a rough sketch about that. Input, principal amount, time and rate of interest. Step 3, calculate. So the comments are written in square bracket here. Calculate simple interest. Now what is the calculation part? P into T into R divided by 100. Simple interest is equal to, I'll write SI is equal to P into T into R divided by 100. Okay. Next. Now after calculation, the result is represented by SI. SI shows the simple interest. So we have to display SI. Right now how to understand? This result is stored in SI. SI represents the result. Print simple interest is answer is in which identifier? We call it as identifier because that value is identified by SI. So SI is an identifier. So I have to display SI. If you write like this, what it has to display? The content of SI. Content of SI means simple interest, the calculated value. Step 5, stop. Now let us draw the flow chart for this algorithm. Start. Next, input parallelogram. Input principal amount, time and rate of interest. Next, calculation part is there, no? Which symbol we should use to calculate rectangle? SI is equal to P into T into R divided by 100. Now we have to display the result. print, in what way I should print the statement simple interest is. So the string should be in a single quote, simple interest is. That simple interest is identified by which identifier? SI. So here SI, comma. Now stop. So it's very simple problem statement. The steps are like this. I hope you understood how to write algorithm and how to draw the flow chart for this problem statement. Next problem statement. Write an algorithm and flow chart to find n natural numbers, to find sum of n natural numbers. See, starts from 1, isn't it? If I give n value is 5. See, the question problem statement is you have to find the sum of n natural number. The n is a variable, its value goes on change as user enters the different value. Now I'll take n is equal to 5. So the program has to calculate sum of first 5 numbers from 1 to 5. What is the sum? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. When it reaches 5, then it stop adding because the upper bound is 5. Obviously natural number starts from 1. Now 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 1 10, 10 plus 5 15. It has to give 15. So what is the input, what is the calculation part, and what is the output? So first program has to ask user enter an integer or enter a number. It should be whole number. Okay, if I give 5, then it has to calculate and it has to give the result 15. The sum of 5 natural numbers is 15. In this way, program has to display the result. Now we human beings, we think like this: 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. We store the previous value in our mind and we take the result of those two previous numbers and we'll add with the next number and next succeeding numbers. In this way we calculate and we'll get the result. Then how to instruct the computer, how to instruct the program, how to calculate? First it has to consider 1 and that 1 has to add it with one number and it has to give 1 itself. Here every time whenever you add a number, we'll get a result and that result will be the addend to the next iteration or next step. See here, 1 is there, no? To which value I have to add to this 1 so that it give 1 only? 0, no? If I add 1 with 0, it gives 1 itself. This is the result. Okay, result. I'll consider it to step 1. Now it's a value I have taken. So 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. Now again we have to consider the result of this step as a addend of next step. Next step 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ? 2 ಅಥವಾ ಇಸ್ 0 ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಗೆ. 0 plus 1, this number I took as an initial value, then it gave 1. Next 1 plus again this 1, the previous result becomes the addend, plus next time 2. 1 plus 2, what is the answer? 3. Now again it has to become addend. 3 plus, so this is the result, no? 3 plus 3, 6. Next 6 plus 4, 10. Next 10 plus 5, 15. This is the logic. So in this way we approach the procedure and we get the result. Here every time we take a number and that number has to add it with the previous step result and it gives a result. That result again will be the addend to the next step. So first this one has to add it with the number that is 0. I'll take that 0 in one identifier. I'll take s is equal to 0. So let us give some label to that 0. S is equal to 0. First time I'll add s plus, every time these values are changing or incremented by 1, no? Okay, so instead of writing 1 2 3 4 5, I can use a variable, I can use an identifier here, I. Some variable I have taken, I, and I initialize with the value 1 because it starts from 1 in the start ಆಗಬೇಕು. So this I every time incremented by 1. Are you understanding? See, it's very simple. First I should start from 1 and this one has to add it with the number 0. That's why I have taken an initial value here. That initial value is labeled as s. We call it as identifier. So that s I can write like this, s plus, now right now the value is 1, in the next step value become 2, next 3, 4, 5. So the program automatically increase the value. That's why I'll take a label or identifier to store the initial value, first value. Now after that s plus I. So in algorithm there is a procedure. After calculation the result has to stored in a variable, that is the left hand side, where that result has to store, because that result will be the addend of next iteration, one of the addends of next iteration. If I write like this, yes 0, instead of 0 I have taken yes, instead of 1 I'll take I, is equal to, what is the result? 1. Again that result will be the addend of next iteration. So I should store that result in s itself. But in algorithm or in a programming we have to write like this, s is equal to s plus I, means after calculation, after performing this arithmetic operation, the result has to stored in this variable s, this identifier. Now every time I has to increment it by 1, I na increment ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. And for example, there is one system or there is one construct is there, one statement is there. Its job is to execute some statements repeatedly until it reaches the condition, okay, or until the condition become false. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ s is equal to s plus I ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ s ಅನ್ನೋದೇನು, ಒಂದು ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 0 ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. I ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ 1 ಇಂದ 5 ವರೆಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. So there is a construct in the language, in the programming language. Here in algorithm we should use the same construct. What is that construct? Looping statements. There are 3 looping statements: while loop, do while and for statements. So further we will discuss in detail in the upcoming chapters. Right now you have to understand there are facilities. Okay, what are the facilities? So these are the facilities: while, do while and for. ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ನಮಗೆ ಅಲ್ಗಾರಿದಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಿಂಬಾಲಿಕ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಇರೋ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ದೋಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್? It executes the statements which are belongs to that block repeatedly. ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ. What are those facilities? You can use while, you can use do while, you can use for. So in real time also, for different purpose we have different equipments, isn't it? Fridge, washing machine, like that. Grinder, for different purpose those machines are meant for that purpose, isn't it? Here also I want to execute some statements repeatedly. ನಾನು ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲವು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ ಥರ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವು ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್? ವೈಲ್ ಲೂಪ್, ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಲೂಪ್. ವೈಲ್ ಲೂಪ್, ಡು ವೈಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್. ಸೊ ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲೂಪ್. ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಕ್ಕೂ ಅದರದ್ದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆ. So while can be written in different way, and for loop also. For loop, while, do while, all are doing the same job, but little bit difference is there. Here I use for loop. ಅಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಈಗ ಮೂರು ಪರ್ಪಸ್, ಮೂರು ಥರ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ಲೂಪ್ಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಈ ಮೂರು ಲೂಪ್ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಬೇಕೋ ಆ ಥರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ಲೂಪ್ಗೂ ಅದರದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆ. ಆರ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್? ಸೊ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್, ತುಂಬ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, isn't it? There are variety of fans, and every fan, different variety of fans having different structure, and the purpose is same, and the manufacturing, the appearance, color, so these are different, the structure is different, model is different, like that. Here also these three perform the same job, but the structure and the working rule is little bit different. Now let us understand for loop. For the structure. Now you have to remember this structure. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು syntax ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. We call it as syntax. So you have to remember this. You have to learn it. ಇದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಇದನ್ನು. For. In programming, I'll write exact syntax there. Now I'll write for I is equal to. So this is called initialization part. I is equal to 1. So from where I have to start? If I take n is equal to 5, I have to start from I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I has to start from 1. Okay. And one more variable we need, one more identifier to initialize another value, 0, comma, s is equal to 0. So what is the structure of for? The first part is initialization part. In algorithm we'll write like this, in program we'll write the exact syntax. I is equal to 1, s is equal to 0. So this is initialization part, this is over, or I'll write bracket. So this is the exact syntax of for. For I is equal to 1, initialization part. After initialization part over, you must write a semicolon. Now you have to put condition. How long those statements has to execute? When I value become 5, it has to execute. When I exceeds 5, then it stops that calculation, isn't it? When I is 1, it has to perform calculation 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 5, it has to execute. When I exceeds 5, then it stop executing that statements. That's why how can I write the condition here? So for what values that statements has to execute? If I value less than 5 or equal to 5, you should not write directly 5, because 5 is represented by n, so that if user give different value for n, that code will be work properly. I less than or equal to n. Instead of n, if I write 5, it executes only for first 5 integers. If you write n, whatever the value of n, it executes properly. Now every time I has to, what is the modification part here? Every time I value has to incremented by 1. It means I is equal to I plus 1. At first, what is the value of I? 1. I is equal to 1. Now what is the value of I? I is equal to 2. When I incremented by 1, its value is 2. After the next iteration, I plus 1. So I is equal to I plus 1 can be written as I plus plus in programming, but in algorithm let us write I is equal to I plus plus, I'll write here. So this is the programming, this is the coding, this is what we are writing in a program. But in algorithm, how to modify it, how to write in algorithm, common people can understand. For how to write in algorithm, for I is equal to 1 to 1 to n. Common language ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಬರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು. I has to start from 1, or you can take this s is equal to 0 before loop. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ತಗೋಬಹುದು, s is equal to 0. This who control the loop here? I value. I controls the loop. So that's why I have taken I here. Now I is equal to 1 to n. Every time I incremented by by 1. So in this way you have to write in algorithm. In program the format is like this. For I is equal to 1, semicolon, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. How does it work? See, I will show the working rule. So right now how to understand, there is a looping statement in C++ program. So this year you are going to learn C++ programs. For those programs, first we are learning algorithms. But in these algorithms, some concepts, some programming terminologies we are using. That's why I am explaining what is the rule, what is the working rule of for. See, whenever you want to execute same set of instructions repeatedly, then we use looping statements. There are 3 looping statements: while loop, do while and for loop. These are the facilities available in the programming language. We use those facilities. They are readily available in the language, programming language. So what is the working rule of those? See, in embedded systems or in any other hardware devices, so many devices are combined, many subcomponents are combined in those devices, and we all know the working rule, which part works, which part does which work. So we have to aware of that. Like that, in program also, what are the things, what are the statements, and what are the job, what is the working rule of those statements, and how to use those statements, we should know that. Are you understanding? Now I is equal to 1. ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ತರ ಬರಿತೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಗಾರಿದಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಕಾಮನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. I is equal to 1 to n. ಇಲ್ಲಿ to n ತರನೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಲೆಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು n ಅಂದ್ರೆ n ಗಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮತ್ತೆ n ತನಕ. ಹಿಯರ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೆದಿರೋದು I is equal to 1 to n. Every time I incremented by 1, it's understood. Step incremented by 1 ಅಂತ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, I increment ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. After that in programming we'll write open flower bracket, what are the statements you want to write, what are the statements execute repeatedly, that should be written here, then close flower bracket. This is a programming pattern. In program we use like this, but in algorithm how to write? See, in program s is equal to s plus I know, semicolon. We must write a semicolon for all expressions, but this is an exception, we should not write semicolon here. Flower bracket close. Now after execution, how does it work? First initialization part, condition enters the block. Then after execution, what are the statements here? It executes, then it goes to increment part, increment or decrement, modification part. So how to understand this working rule? First ಯಾವ್ದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ಥರ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಲೂಪಲ್ಲಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, then condition. If this condition satisfies, it enters the loop. Then it executes the statements belongs to this loop. This is called body of the loop. Open flower bracket, close flower bracket. Whatever the things or whatever the statements you are writing within the block, that is body of the block, that makes a body. So here we have only one statement within the loop. So this statement executes once, and after execution it goes to modification part. ಇದು ರೂಲ್, ಇದನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಫಾರ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ದೆನ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, then it checks the condition. If condition true, it enters the loop and statements will be executed once. After execution, it goes to modification part. Again, after modification, again it checks the condition. If condition true, again it enters. See, the flow is like this. Okay, then ಈ ಥರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. I is equal to 1, 1 less, we have to substitute the values here. Right now I have taken n value is 5. So 1 less than or equal to 5 is condition true. So see here, initialization part, condition part. What is the initialization? I is 1. Now I go to condition part, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ condition part. After this, illi, okay. Now 1 less than 5 is condition true. Now it enters the loop. What is the statement here? S is equal to S plus I. You should not substitute the value of S in the left hand side. It acts as a container. You should substitute only on the right hand side. 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1 value is 1. That 1 is stored in S. Okay, only one statement is there within the loop. So after execution once, now the control moves to the modification part. I plus plus, I becomes, before I was 1, now I is 2. Again after this I value change aitalva. Now it moves to condition part. Now what is the value of I? 2. Is 2 less than or equal to 5? Yes, condition true. Now after evaluation, it enters the loop. Condition satisfy ಆದರೆ, true ಆದರೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. If condition true, it enters. Now S is equal to S plus I. What was the value of S in the previous iteration? 1, no? 1 was stored in S, no? ಇದು ಕಂಟೈನರ್ ಇದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ ಇದು ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ when it executes, then this value is substitute here. Now the value of S is 1. I value right now 2. 2 plus 1, 3. That 3 again stored in S. Okay. Now only one statement, no? Now it goes to modification part. Now I becomes 3. Is 3 less than or equal to 5? Yes, condition true. Condition satisfy ಆಯಿತು. Now it enters. So what was the value of S in the previous iteration? 3. 3 plus, what is the value of I right now? 3. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 will be stored in S. Okay. Next, I increments. Now I value is 4. 4 less than or equal to 5 is condition true. Again it enters. What is the value of S in the previous step? S ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, value 6 ಇದೆ. So that 6 comes to come here. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ. 6 plus I, what is the value of I? 4. 10. Now it will be assigned to S, 10. This is called assignment operator. Now I increments, I becomes 5. Is 5 less than or equal to 5? Yes, condition true. Now it enters. What is the previous value of S? 10. 10 plus 5, 15. Now S value is 15. Again, according to its nature, it goes to modification part. Now I becomes 6. Is 6 less than 5? After this, it goes to this part. Condition false. Now it terminates the loop. It won't enter this loop. It come out from the loop. Okay. Then we have to display. Our answer is in which identifier? Yes. So I have to display yes. I hope you understood this logic. Let us implement in a algorithm. Now algorithm. Step 1, start. Step 2, what is the input here? We have to take an integer or a number, whole number. Input an integer. Next, I'll take that is input integer n. Step 3, some initializations are required here, so I'll write here initialize. Comments are written in square bracket in algorithm. Initialize sum. I'll take identifier name is sum. With what value I should initialize here? Sum is equal to 0. Okay, in the previous example I had taken yes, now I took sum. Step 4, so let us start loop for I starts from 1, I has to start from 1 to n. 1 to n means 1 ಇಂದ n ವರೆಗೆ ಇರೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ n ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ n ಬಂದ್ರೂ ಸತ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, step incremented by 1 means every time I has to incremented by 1. Step incremented by 1, that is I is equal to I plus 1. Every time ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ I ಒಂದು increment ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. Now the body of the loop, we should write the body of the loop. Step 5, what is the statement there? Sum is equal to sum plus I. Then after this, in a programming or in a coding system, we wrote flower bracket, no, closing flower bracket. Here you have to write end of for loop. You must write this, end of for loop. This is a command. Next, after that we have to print the result. Our result is in sum. Print with what text you want to print, you should write in a single quote. That is, sum is equal to, I want to write like this, I want to display the statement like this. Sum is equal to, answer is represented by which variable or which identifier? Sum. So, comma sum. Then step 6, no? Step 7, stop. How does it print on the screen? Sum is equal to, it will be displayed as it is because it is a statement I want to display. Formatted output. Format nange yav format alli output display ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೀವು sum ಅಂತ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. sum ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು 15. if n is 5, it display 15 ಅಂತ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So it is a sum, no? Or you can display like this, sum of first 5 natural numbers is. In that format also you can display. So I have taken simple expression here, simple text here. Sum is equal to, it display as it is. In front of that value of sum has to display. So I should not write single quote here. I must write the identifier name itself. Then it display the value. I hope you understood this algorithm, sum of n natural numbers. Next, flow chart. I'll start from here. Start. Now, input and integer, isn't it? Input and output statements are parallelogram. Input, a number, that is n. Next, initialization is there, no? So in which symbol we should write? Calculations and initializations must be written in rectangle. Initialization no ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ the rectangle ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Sum is equal to 0. Next, for loop. See, I had shown you in the chart, that is flow chart symbols. Hexagonal was there, no? Hexagon. That is for loop. How to write? The same thing we should write here. For I is equal to 1 to n, step incremented by 1, by 1, that is I is equal to I plus 1. Now the body of the for loop, what is there? Calculation part is there, no? Sum is equal to sum plus I. Then we should write square, sorry, rectangle, sum is equal to sum plus I. Now this statement has to execute repeatedly, so until the condition satisfy. When condition become false, then it has to terminate. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು? ಲೂಪಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಈಸ್ used for continuation. So let us take some label here, x. ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಲೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು x ಅಂತ. ಲೂಪ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಾಟೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. You must show the direction in a dotted lines for looping statements. What does it mean? So it is a header of the for loop for I from 1 to n, isn't it? Every time I incremented by 1. At first I is 1, it enters the block, enters the loop, and it will be executed. Then again it go back to the beginning of the loop. Again with the modification value of I, it checks. The implicit meaning is like that. After that, when it terminates, when this condition falls, then it come out from the loop. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟರ್ಮಿನೇಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಇದು ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಲೂಪಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಫುಲ್ ಆಚೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Now we have to print the result. So this is for output. So parallelogram. Print sum is equal to sum. Then stop. I hope you understood the flow chart about some of your natural numbers. So the new thing in this algorithm, in this flow chart, is for loop and rectangle. This is for calculation part and initialization, and hexagon for loop, exclusively for loop. We have two more looping statements, while loop and do while, that can be managed in a rhombus for decision making. For do while and while loop we use the same symbol, but for loop there is a special symbol called hexagon. Next question. Write an algorithm and flowchart to display Fibonacci series up to some limit. Okay. Fibonacci series. See, how would be the series, Fibonacci series? See, first two initial values are there here. We have to give initial values. After that, the series will be generated by adding the previous two values. How? First initial values are 0 and 1. We should initialize. And the series will be started from here. 0 1. Next 0 plus 1 1. By adding previous two numbers, next numbers will be generated. Next 1 plus 1 2, 1 plus 2 3, then 5 8 13 and so on, like this. This is the series. Now these two values are initial values. From here the series will be generated. See here, this is the first number in the series and it is the second number in the series. This is third number in the series and it is a fourth number, fifth value, nth value. Nth means if n is equal to 5 means not the value 5, fifth Fibonacci number 1 2 3 4 5. Fifth Fibonacci number is 3. The question, he has asked you to generate a series up to the limit now. Okay. So they asked you to generate the series 5. If n is equal to 5, up to 1 2 3 4 5, up to here the series has to generate. This is the problem statement. See, I repeat, the Fibonacci series, first it takes initial values and after that by adding these two values it generates one more value. So this is the third number in the series. This is the first number, second number and third number, and the fourth number is by adding these two. This is the fourth number in the Fibonacci series and fifth one is 3. So suppose the problem statement, generate a series, Fibonacci series, n by or up to n value. If n value is 5, it has to generate a series like this, 0 1 1 2 3. If n value is 7, seventh Fibonacci number, 2 plus 3 5. So this is the sixth number. 5 plus 3 8. This is the seventh number. Okay, so in this way the series has to generate. Now input, what is the input? We have to input n value, the limit, upper bound, upper limit we have to say. First n value I should give. If n is 5, it has to generate first 5 Fibonacci series, first 5 numbers present in the Fibonacci series. 0 1 1 2 3 5. This is the first 5. 1 2 3 4, sorry, up to here. Nth Fibonacci series. What is the value of n? 5. 5 digits are there, no? 5 numbers are there, no? So this is. Now how to write the program, how to write the logic here. First I will take initial values. I will take f1 is equal to 0 and f2 is equal to 1. If n is equal to 5, if n is equal to 1, if n is equal to 1, andre nange first Fibonacci series the first number ಬೇಕು. It has to display. If n is equal to 1, display 0. Because 0 is the first number, no? 0 1 1 2 3. If n is equal to 2, display 1. The second Fibonacci series number is 1. If n is equal to 3, it display by adding previous. Next ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, add ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು display ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಹೌದಾ? 0 plus 1 ಈ ಥರ add ಆಗಿ display ಆಗಬೇಕು. This can be done in two ways. So right now I have taken this method. 0 plus 1, result is 1. So in the next time, from which number I have to, program has to generate the series? From third number. So I'll take I value. I have to initialize 3. I is equal to 3. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ? ಥರ್ಡ್ ನಂಬರಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. Or you can take -1 + 1 also. -1 + 1. If these are the initial values. If n is equal to 1, it has to display 0. N is equal to 2, it has to display 1. N is equal to 3, then also it display 1. N is equal to 4, display 2. N is equal to 5, it has to display 3. Now how to generate this series? How to generate? So we shall use loop. I'll start from 1 here because I have taken -1 and +1. Now by adding these two numbers we will get a first number, that is 0. Are you understanding? From where to where I have to move? First number to fifth number. This is first number and this is fifth number. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು? ಯಾವ ನಂಬರಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ? 0 ಇಂದ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ? n ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 5 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್, ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡನ್? 5 times. Okay, that's why I'll take I is equal to, I'll write like this, for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. ಯಾಕೆ ಲೂಪ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು? 5 times. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ 5 times. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಟು ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಆ ನಂಬರ್ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಈಗ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ. ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಲೂಪ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸ್ಡ್ f1 is equal to -1 and f2 is equal to +1. So let us add these two so that we will get the series. First number, I'll take f3 is equal to f1 plus f2. So immediately we have to display that. Okay, display, I'll write display here, display f3. Okay, next, first time what happens? I value is 1, condition true. 1 less than, if I consider n is 5, 1 less than 5 is condition true. It enters. Loop ಒಳಗೆ enter ಆಯ್ತು. f1 plus f2, what is the value of f1 and f2? f1 is -1, f2 is +1. -1 plus 1, 0. So the 0 will be stored in f3. Now the value of f3 is 0. That is the first Fibonacci number. 0, display 0, ಅಂದರೆ 0 display ಆಯಿತು. You all know the working rule of for loop. Now it goes to modification part. I becomes 2. ಈಗ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಬೇಕು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ I2 ಆಯಿತು. ಈಗ 2 less than 5 is condition true. Now it enters. Then now 0 ಆಗಿದೆ, ಈಗ 0 ನಂಬರ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರು ಬರಬೇಕು? 1 ಬರಬೇಕು, ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, f1ಗೆ f2 ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೇನು ಬಂದು f3 ಬಂದಿದೆ, 0 ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? f1 is -1, f2 is +1 and after adding these two we got f3 is 0. ಎಷ್ಟು 0 ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು? ಇದೆರಡು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, 1 + 0 ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, 1 ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ 1 ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, +1 ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಟು f1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 0 ಮೂವ್ ಟು f2. ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು? f1ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಬರಬೇಕು? +1 ಬರಬೇಕು, f2ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಬರಬೇಕು? 0 ಬರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ರೇಷನ್ f1 plus f2, when you add f1 plus f2 then it gives 1. Are you understanding? ಈಗ f1ಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ f1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು? +1 ಬರಬೇಕು. f2ಗೆ f3 ಏನು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ f3 ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಟು f2. Now for the new calculation, f3 is equal to f1 plus f2, 1 plus 0, 1. That will be the second Fibonacci number. Now how to make f1, f2 is 0 and F1 as 1. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು? See here. I'll write like this. F1 is equal to F2. Yeah, what does it mean? You have to understand one new thing, that is, whenever you write this operator, this is called assignment operator. The right hand part value will be assigned to left hand part. It's not equal. F1 is equal to F2. Mathematically F1 is equal to F2. Both values are same. Not like that. In programming, the value of this variable or this identifier stored in this variable. It acts as a container. ಅದರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Now, what is the value of F2 till now? +1. Now F1 becomes +1. Next, F2 is equal to F3. What is the value of F3? 0. Now F2 is 0. Now in the next iteration, F3 is equal to F1 plus F2. What is there in the F1? 1. F2 0. 1 plus 0 1. Now F3 becomes 1. ಈಗ F3 ಏನಾಯಿತು? 1 ಆಯಿತು. That will be display. So every time these interchange has to happen. That's why I have to write in a block. F1 is equal to F2. This is the rule. You must write semicolon there. Then F2 is equal to F3. See, now I have to close the block loop. At first, what is the value of I? 1. 1 less than n. N value is 5. 1 less than 5. Condition true. Now it enters. What is the value of F1 and F2? At first, -1 and +1 now. F1 and F2. Okay. -1 plus 1. -1 plus 1, 0. Now F3 value is 0. Display F3. In programming, we will write some statement to display. Right now, I have taken simple, a common word display. Programming alli ನಾವು ಅದು ಬರೆಯೋ ವೇನೆ ಬೇರೆ. Cout statement ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಅಂತ ಬರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅಂದರೆ F3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Now display F3. What is there in F3? 0. 0 will be display. That is first Fibonacci number. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ನ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? 5 numbers. That series 5 numbers has to generate. After that, so then within this looping statement, within this body, we have 4 statements. After execution of those 4 statements once, it goes to modification part. One rule ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು. You should remember this rule. How many statements are there in the for loop, in the body of the loop? All statements will be executed once, then it move to modification part. Now F1 is equal to F2. What was the value of F2 here? Here, before loop, I'll take F1 is equal to -1, F2 is equal to +1. Now F1 is equal to F2. Right hand part will be assigned to left hand side. What is the value of F2? +1. So the +1 goes to F1. Now F1 becomes +1. Now F2 is equal to F3. What is the value of F3 here? 0. Isn't it? Now F2 becomes 0. F3 na idಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Now F2 is 0. Okay, after execution of these statements once, now it moved to modification part. Now I becomes 2. Is 2 less than 5? Is condition true. Now it enters. Now it has to consider the recent value of F1 and F2. Now the recent value of F1 and F2 are +1 and 0. It has to substitute here. What is the value of F1? +1. F2 is 0. 1 plus 0, 1. Now F3 becomes 1. After this, display F3. What is there in the F3? 1. 1 will be displayed. So we display second number, second Fibonacci number. Next, F1 is equal to F2. ಏನು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಅದು ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ವಿತ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. F2, right now what is the value of F2? ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಈ ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ F2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ 0 ಇದೆ. ನಾವು F1 becomes 0. F2 is equal to F3. Right now what is the value of F3? 1. Now F2 becomes 1. F2 ಏನಾಯಿತು ಈಗ 1 ಆಯಿತು. Now I increments. I becomes 3. Is 3 less than 5? Yes. Now it enters. So what is the recent values of F? Right now what is the value of F1 and F2? 0 and 1. Substitute here. 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1, 1. Now F3 is 1. Display F3. Next. F1 is equal to F2. What is there in the F2? 1 was there. Now that 1 goes to F1. Right now F1 becomes 1. F2 is equal to F3. What is there in the F3? 1. 1 ಇರೋದು. Now F3 value will be stored in F2. Now F1 also 1, F2 also 1. Again it increments. I becomes 4. Is 4 less than 5? Yes, condition true. Now F1 plus F2. What is there in the F1? 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 will be stored in F2. After that it display F2. 2 will be displayed on the screen. So right now 4 numbers are displayed on the screen. After that F1 is equal to F2. It means the value of F2 goes to F1. Move to F1. Copy, not move. Copy to S1. F1. What is there in the F2? 1. 1 is there. That 1 will be stored here. Now F2 is equal to F3. What is there in the F3? 2 is there. Now F2 becomes 2. F2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ 2 ಆಯ್ತು. I increments. I becomes 5. Is 5 less than or equal to 5? Is condition true? Then it enters. What is there in F1? What is there? 1. F2 2. 1 plus 2 3. Now F3 is 3 and it display on the screen. Now according to its nature it do the calculations. Let us see. F1 is equal to F2. What is there in the F2? 2 was there. Now F1 becomes 2. F2 is equal to F3. What is there in the F3? 3 is there. F2 is 3. Now I increments. I becomes 6. Is 6 less than 5? No. Condition false. It terminates the loop. So after that, so that is the end of the program. By this moment it display all the values. That means n values, n Fibonacci series. ಅಂದರೆ ಎನ್ನಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ 5 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. ಆ ಸೀರೀಸಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 5 ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ದ Fibonacci series with a given limit. Now let us write the algorithm. Step 1. N Fibonacci series. Step 1. Start. Step 2. Input n value, input n, that is an integer. I'll take integer. Within bracket I'll write integer. Step 3. Some initializations are there, no? Here. Initialize F1 and F2. F1 is equal to -1, F2 is equal to +1. Step 4. Now let us generate the series using for loop. For I is equal to 1 to n, step incremented by 1, incremented by 1, I is equal to I plus 1. Now looping state, block of the loop. Step 5, this is a body. So first we have to calculate the first number by adding these two values. F3 is equal to F1 plus F2. After that, in step 6, display or print display F3. Next, step 7, now we have to change the value, we have to modify the values of F1 and F2. Now till now what is F2? Now it has to become F1, that's why F1 is equal to F2. Now F2 is equal to F3. ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು F2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, F1 ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. F3 ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅದೀಗ F2 ಆಗಬೇಕು. Now end of for loop, end of for loop. After that it terminates the loop, then it stops the program. Step 8, stop. Now flow chart. Start, parallelogram for input, input n. Next, initialization of rectangle. F1 is equal to -1, F2 is equal to +1. Now looping statement. For loop I'll take. If you know the number of iteration before, then it is better to take for loop. It means here n value is 5, so loop has to execute 5 times. ನೀವು ಮೊದಲೇ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೆಟರ್. Now for I is equal to 1 to n, step incremented by 1 by 1, I is equal to I plus 1. Now body of the loop, what is there in the body of the loop? F3 is equal to, these are all, this is a calculation part now, you must write in a square, sorry, rectangle. F3 is equal to F1 plus F2. Next, display statement is there. Display is nothing but output, you must write in a parallelogram. Display F3. After that, again that assignment part is there now. It should be written in a square bracket, sorry, rectangle. You can include both statements in the same rectangle. F1 is equal to F2, F2 is equal to F3. Now these statements have to execute once it enters the loop. After execution, again it go back to the beginning of the loop. So continuation part, I will take a label here X, dotted lines, you must write this, and arrow mark also very important here, it's a reverse direction. After execution of these instructions, again the control moves to the beginning of the for loop. When it falls, then it won't goes to the beginning, then it come out from the loop and it terminates the program. Stop. Next. I hope you understood these algorithms and flowchart. So I'll give an assignment you have to try. Write an algorithm and flowchart to calculate area of square and area of rectangle. I hope you understood how to write algorithm and how to draw the flowchart. Try this assignment. Tomorrow I'll come up with the new problem statements. Thank you.